From the 22nd of the second month of 1438, the spiritual year of the Shariyat and unity, the following was shared at the December 2015 Ek Journaling Circle. I turn to my Ekankar Tarot Trumps painting for the portion pertaining to Wednesday. Silent Ones and Vairagi detached. Masters. It represents the way and the law in all categories of being, position, or realm. Some might say that the E in Ek means any odd or collection of 9 things. Some have been told by Harold Klemp that there were 9 silent ones. Some of the Ekankar board meanings that have been placed into public records had them mention that it was a group of 9 led by whoever was considered to be a living Ek, spiritual, master at the time. This is why the figures of the tools of mind and spirit, physical mind and spirit, physical and emotional are separate from their table, since Ekankar is a corporation. Some might say that the C in Ek means corporation. Some say that the K in Ek stands for kinesis, because the message of Ek is meant to result in a response or even a change. It can be said that Ek has many meanings, and that is why I show Ek as a multicolored whole, instead of the spirit passive or etheric plane, purple, spirit octave or causal plane, orange, air or soul planes, yellow, water or mental planes, blue, fire or astral plane, pink, and earth or physical plane in separated and fragmented parts. Physical plane, green. Also white in the higher, and then black. Soul planes. All are in the Ek, God is a verb, and Ek, spirit, is an all. One might say that that November is approximately under cardinal water. I looked back to that portion of my Ekankar Tarot Trumps painting for the 12th of the year for mutable water are almost the same as July. Lovers are soulmates. I have shown them as separate, even though they can be the same things. In my main dream of the month of July, with practices specific to Ekankar, was myself as a symbol of what soulmates are in the Ekankar terms, a person who is a partner in spiritual terms of advancement, and whom you engage, Ek, spiritually, with in the name and way of Sugmod, God is a noun. I think of a person that was a soulmate, but she was never my lover. There is talk of the spiritual law of chastity and such things that needed to be for God on its terms. We couldn't bring our partnership into God's terms for that level of competition. Words from Al-Quran 30:21 rendered into Ekankar lingo came to mind. Among the signs of Ek, God is a verb, is Sugmods, God is a noun, creation of spouses who are soulmates from your type, in order to have tranquility and contentment with each other, and Sugmod, whom we seek, placed love and care in your hearts towards your spouses. In this is proof for thinking people. I don't know if I will have a lover who is so an ek. I don't know if I will have a lover who is so an ek, spiritually complete with me. But it is an honorable ideal to not fragment the spiritual life with one's choice in a life partner. Whether or not they are of the same spiritual path, it is important that they live complementary spiritual lives as individuals within the whole existence. About the other sort of companions, Al-Quran 41:25 in Ekankar lingo came to mind. And Kalnaranjan, time without fear. In their way of thinking, in the Ekankar way of thinking, that's Satan, but some people would say that's God. And then Satan would be something else, other than Kalnaranjan. Assign them intimate companions who made the lower worlds before them most pleasing, and what they did formed delusions about their past. The living word was justified against generations of humans and astral beings who were the lost in a past life. Is our chance to be liberated in this lifetime. Al-Quran 46:18 in the lingo of Ekankar was on my mind next. They whom the Hukikat lock, reality sphere, is inverted upon of the previous creations from astral beings and humans have translated as losers. They say that the zodiac sign that approximately lies in December is fixed air. I turn to my theme for cardinal air on my Ekankar tarot trumps painting. Ekyanari for the secret knowledge and understanding of dreams, soul travel and dream travel. I waited 2 months to refine my view of its whole picture. The gap of symbolism between that elemental world view and the next pointed out that it was my role among the 17 signs that were to be done in the human body. The form was humanoid, like the number within my age, 33. As I wrote this initially, I felt like a similar type of dream or soul travel was coming, or representing itself till I remembered. Forgotten or remembered, dreams or soul travel are meant to be brought out here instead of left in unconscious fragments, like in the Friday evening program of the EC Worldwide Seminar of 2015, in the longest night of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. A regular octagonal isosceles pyramid was also a theme. Yule started on a Monday night this year, and that relates to the inner Shariyat, middle path law, as my experiences in their purity, and the outer Shariyat, sacred scriptures, in my expression of the inner and outer spiritual works. The message came through of the parts in the whole, and each whole in parts, but they are united in teaching and practice. I'll close with the mantra within the practice mentioned in the Yule 2015 dream, in the presence of the blue star on the floor. Ha Bhagavan Hu Ek Hei honorable God is invoked and greeted as one unity. And further notes. The concept of an ennead of spiritual figures or principles goes before the New Age movement. Within this age, a group of 9 is considered the ideal general congregation among the Baha'i, and they group certain concepts into 9. A next jump back would be the how this is extended to beings among those we now call Greeks and Egyptians, and even into prehistory. Eckankar appeared historically with Paul Twitchell's first mention of it. In 1965, it was made into a non-profit corporation sometime in 1970. In 1975, his successor, Darwin Gross, moved its headquarters from Las Vegas, Nevada, to Menlo Park, California. Darwin Gross was voted out of his role on August 7th through 8, 1983. He was excommunicated from Eckankar around October 31st, 1983. In 1986, the current living Eckmaster moved corporate headquarters to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Since then, the Eckankar Corporation has had a few significant incidences of amendments to its legal constitution, but that only directly applied to the Eckankar board members and trustees. It didn't even apply to the vast majority of those who work professionally at spiritual services or other sections of the business side. The further division into further corporations was started under Darwin Gross. You know, the second shown there. Has multiplied since Harold Klemp has been considered the only with the titles The Mahanta and The Living Eckmaster. A more complete commentary of the Friday program is to be found here. https://www.youtube.com/watch question v equals WPRYBN minus UGDE and T equals 1315S. And of course, that's on the Responding to Eckankar, the New Age Religion playlist.